After half a decade of controversy and silent development, it's finally here. Cube World. Cube World is a voxel-based action RPG game that was initially released on July 2nd, 2013. You could think of it as a fusion between Legend of Zelda, World of Warcraft, and a bit of Minecraft. A lot of people also compare it to Trove, and I can see where they're coming from. The latest comparison that I would make would be Hytale, a game announced just last year, and it takes a lot of inspiration from both Cube World and Minecraft. Cube World is owned by Pickoroma, a company owned by just two people, Wolfram von Funk and his wife Sarah von Funk. As a game, it's had a pretty rough development cycle. It disappeared for 6 years ever since its initial release, and Wolfram von Funk, or Wole as people call him, would mostly remain silent throughout those years but would occasionally post updates. If you followed Cube World at all, you know just how infamous he was for disappearing for months and leaving fans in the dark. Some considered that to be really rude to his fans, but there were many reasons to justify his behavior. One example would be the initial release of the alpha build in 2013. Wole would open up a blog where he would regularly post updates of what he was working on. Fans caught on and naturally got extremely excited. He was met with endless demand for the release of his current build of Cube World. And because there was so many people asking, he decided to release it on his website's shop. But right after releasing it on the shop due to large demand, it was then hit by a DDoS attack, completely overloading the server and leaving fans unable to download and buy the game. Little did people know just how much this would affect Wole. In a Kotaku interview in 2015, he elaborated more on the DDoS attacks, explaining how several attackers planned out their methods to prevent them from selling their game. Another post made by Wole quite recently went into far more depth regarding the after effects. As some of you might remember, we got DDoSed as soon as we opened the shop. It might sound silly, but this event traumatized me and kind of broke something inside me. I never told anyone about it, and I don't want to go into the details, but I'm dealing with anxiety and depression ever since. Social media didn't improve it, as you might imagine. I'm still not sure if it's a good idea to tell the world about it, but I wanted to give the fans an explanation. Another example is just the overall immense hate and harassment Wole gets from Cube World fans. On an interview with Kotaku in 2015, he said, "I get emails daily. Fortunately, the shitstorm has kind of stopped. It was a very depressing time for me. It's difficult dealing with haters and being creative at the same time." With all of this, we can begin to see why he separated himself from the community for such long periods of time. On the other side of all of this, there were also amazing fans dedicated to ensuring his safety and well-being throughout the development of Cube World. The official Cube World Discord has some incredible fans that send him emails wishing him the best and asking him questions completely unrelated to Cube World. Like, how have you been? Have you had a chance to play Sekiro? How you doing, dude? I hope you have a good holiday. In return, without even asking, screenshots of his progress will be sent back and in a way made for an intimate relationship between developer and fans. Something I'm sure Wole was looking for ever since the beginning of Cube World. Wait, when do you send that first email to Wole?
December 12th, 2017.
Were you surprised that you got a reply at all?
Oh yeah, I've sent them a lot of emails over the past many years. Never expected a response at any point. You know, all I really hoped was that if he read the emails, that it would help him say, hey, I can keep working. That's why all of them usually were just like, hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, I didn't want to be about it the whole time, I assumed if you got an email from a person every month, it'd be kind of a nuisance because it's clear they're fishing for info, and that wasn't really my intention.
It's clear Wole has had a difficult time dealing with the pressure online, but against all odds continued to work on his passion project. And that's really where all of this started. A passion project, one that just blew up beyond expectations. And it's come a long way from this to this. It even has music and it's amazing. Majority of fans were basically forced to see a game that they couldn't play for a very long period of time. It's understandable that fans, especially for those who purchased an alpha key, to have gotten impatient and mad at Wole. They spend money on a game and for several years they never got a complete game in return. But that is no reason to send him death threats. You could play a way older version from 2013 that's been redistributed by fans of the game, but you couldn't actually play the version Wole was working on and showing on social media, which led to a lot of hype. Any single post from Wole would result in everyone freaking out on Twitter. Nope, stop that. Stop that right now. Nope, stop that right now. Okay, fine. People were committed to this game that seemed like it would never see the light of day. But all of that changed on the 7th of September 2019. Wolfram released one of the biggest tweets in Cube World history. Cube World will be released on Epic Games. Okay, I'm just joking, it's Steam. Hopefully around the end of September, October 2019. Along with that, he made a post on his blog discussing all the controversies. He discussed the reasons why the update took so long. The main reason being that he was a perfectionist unable to bring himself to releasing a game that he was unhappy with. Overall, he just sounds very excited for the future of Cube World, and so am I. For the longtime fans from 2013, this is huge. Wale had finally come out and it felt like all the wait was worth it. Personally, I wasn't that deep into the community, but I would still get really excited every time he posted something. So now we're left with one really big question. Where will QWorld go? What will Wale do to the game? Will he even continue updating it? Will he get more developers to help work on the game with him? Will Pick Roma expand or maybe be bought over by another company? We don't know. All we do know is that Notch tried to hire him back in 2012, and Wale did originally accept, but in the end declined the offer to continue working on QWorld. That's amazing. I think that speaks loads for the future of this game, and I'm sure we can look forward to a lot of updates. All I know for sure is that Wale will not let us down. I'm sure there's going to be amazing updates to the game. Multiplayer is going to be great. Everything about the game is going to be amazing. I'll be streaming it on Twitch when the game comes out, so you guys can go follow me on Twitch over there. If you guys want to support me and see more of this kind of content, you can also support me on Patreon or subscribe to this channel and ring the bell because I'd really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed, please like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, it took so many takes, dude.